Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in as always. Thanks for all your support, likes, comments, shares, subscribes, all very, very much appreciated. Right, let's get straight into it. Today we have got Maguire's Endurance Tyre Gel versus Darkside by Carpro versus Garage Therapy Tyre Serum versus Perl, again by Carpro. All the tyres have been cleaned and stripped to the max using Carpro Refresh, Surfex HD, Auto Bright Direct Just wheels and Red 7. So there's absolutely no previous coating on here at all. Wheels have been cleaned to the max and then treated to Maguire's spray on, wipe off ceramic detailer, and Fiesta's had one wheel again completely stripped. Didn't have Surfex because everything was nice and clean anyway. So ceramic on here, Carpro retire on the rubber. These are less than 100 miles old. Forester wheels are probably 1,000 miles old. And we've got 4 freshly laundered tyre application pads, all cleaned, drying off, the Meguiar's genuine one, and we'll get straight into getting the Meguiar's on. So what we're going to do, we're going to get them all coated. I'll probably apply as per the manufacturer's instructions, try and get them all on exactly the same. And I'm going to go with a small amount on the pad, and then I'm going to dot that at 12, 3, 6, and then just start working that in until we get a good coverage. I expect with the heat we're probably going to need a little bit more. Plus, as stated, we are at ground zero, virginal rubber stage. But as I say, the pad's broke. I meant to glue it. I wouldn't recommend this applicator. I used it for about a year until the product started to leak into the housing, which in turn ate the glue, which then meant the pad kept popping out. Hence why you'll have never seen this in any of my videos, because I've fallen out of love with it and it's just been sat in a box. And I found it the other day and thought, you know what, I'll fix that. I got to the cleaning it part in readiness for re-gluing it on and couldn't find the Gorilla Glue this morning and thought, you know what, I just want to start filming before we get to that point of the day when GoPro says, do you know what, I've had enough of the heat. So this pad's nowhere near as good as those hex pads that you will have seen on the channel in terms of getting into the bead, but we're not here to review the pad. Just want to make sure we've got absolutely 100% coverage so it's fair. Getting into the corners is hideous with this pad. I'll probably just get in that with a microfiber off cam at the end. I've got a cloth for my paw. I'll make the GoPro all sticky. Let's get you up. Well, that's quite a nice finish really. Not bad, shiny, nice and shiny. Right, I'm just going to go and get some gloves and clean the stickiness of my hands. That's one of the other reasons that the Maguire's is so unpleasurable to use, because you get it all over yourself, even using the applicator. Horrible. Right, just go and get a glove and a cloth. Well, I lied about the glove aspect, but I did go back in and put the Maguire's in the bead using the corner of a microfiber towel. So this time, Darkside, the old favourite. The old favourite. Clean pad, all laundered yesterday and left out in the blazing heat to dry. Tyres sucking up the product lovely, as you would imagine. A little bit more joy with this pad. I do really like these pads. £1 for 2 from Tesco. What's not to like? Obviously saving the best pads for Garage Therapy. Just make sure this is thoroughly worked in again, so that when we get to, I'm going to leave it a little bit of time to dry, probably 5 or 10 minutes, and then pressure wash them, just to see what the hydrophobicity is like. You can't beat Darkside, can you? It looks lovely. Just make sure it's worked in everywhere. I don't want to overdo it, so I look mental on the camera, but I don't want to underdo it, so someone says, oh, you didn't put enough on. Just getting the cloth. So I've nominated a separate cloth for my hands again, so there's no cross-contamination. It's as fair as can be. There's a nice finish on there. This is basically how it will dry, but we'll have a look at that in due course. Just grab another pad next to the products, so that, again, no cross-contamination. So, Pearl on this one. Trying to use a similar amount, but again, it's down to manufacturer's spec, and also the media makes a difference. You know, when I was using the Maguire's one, you could, even when I poured it on the pad, you could see the majority of the product just vanishing. So Pearl's a very, very similar experience and end result as Darkside. And what I've found, what had been my personal go-to tyre coating, you will have seen on the channel, was Darkside topped off with Pearl. Because as I've said on the channel many times, you get that nice dark pigment from Darkside, a tiny bit of shine and some nice hydrophobic action from Perl. I like the look, I like the longevity of it. The tyres always feel or behave fairly hydrophobic, and they don't need a lot of cleaning. So this is neat Perl. Make sure it's in all the lettering, any detail on the tyre, in the bead. So they're all applied neatly. Right, just put that out of the way, but keep it with the bottle of Perl. Same process as all the others. I just wipe my hands with the universal towel. That's a nice finish. You can't go far wrong with that, can you? Nice. And what I will say about Perl, I mean, I've had that same bottle. I've bought another one in readiness, but I've had that same bottle for 16 to 18 months, and it's still going strong. It is still going strong. Right, put the universal towel up there. Little shake. Aha. It's got a dispensary cap. I meant to say at the start of the video, this product was kindly sent to me to test by a very good friend of the channel. Been looking forward to trying this. I'm expecting there to be, as I said, the requirement to apply a little more of each product because of the nature of how dry the tyres are, being stripped bare, twinned with the fact that everything is hot. The rubber is hot. Oh, that's nice. On the surface of it, immediately going on, it's just cleaning, impregnating the rubber, soaking in, nice neutral appearance. Lovely. One thing I will say as well about the hex pads, so handy. You can put them on the little stand. Fill up your little cubes, pyramids I should say, as desired. It won't fall over. So it's like a little built-in stand. Lovely. Right, let's get that all worked in. Goes on lovely. Not sticky. I'm not covered in it. Looks lovely. Make sure it's all worked in. Apparently, obviously, whenever I'm testing a new product, looking at buying a new product, etc., etc., I always do due diligence, shall we say. So I've been watching some very interesting videos about this product, and long-term tests show that it gets better as you apply it every week and start layering it up. Needless to say, I'll be buying myself a bottle in due course. So that's lovely. Lovely. Right. Let's go around and have a look at all of them. So we'll look at them in the order I applied them. So when I'm making these videos, I always try and do everything real time so that the video is concurrent and fair, true to real life, what would happen if you were trying it. So this is the Maguires, kind of looking shiny and sticky as expected. We'll give this we'll give them all 10 minutes to dry. I'm going to go and have a coffee. This is Darkside, very reminiscent to the Garage Therapy product. A little bit shinier on this side, primarily because we're in the sun. So you're going to be picking up some more illumination. We'll go to the back one first because this is Pearl. Pearl, lovely and neutral, all soaked in, looking wonderful. So that's all good. And Garage Therapy, all soaked in already. And it just looks like new rubber. And I remember saying this when I first tried Darkside. So this is very interesting and very encouraging. And you know, I kind of like that. Like just a nice, neutral, new rubber look. So, when you look from here, it just looks nice. I mean, it sits well against the black. Obviously the wheels are cleaned and ceramic today. So it's looking good. Anyway, we'll let that dry for a bit. And also, I just meant to say, in case you're wondering, the car is minging. So yesterday when I was giving the wheels deep clean, a couple of times when I was pumping up the sprayer, foamer, I accidentally squirted some Surfix, and it got on the bonnet and a little bit on the other side. Didn't learn my lesson, didn't switch off the IK. Anyway, so I hosed the car a little bit, but the reason it's not washed is because, one, I knew that today I'd be spraying the wheels to test these coatings, and secondly, the car hasn't been washed for 2 weeks. So today's the day. It's all covered in Geon Bathe. This side is on wet coat as well, additionally on top of the bathe. So once I've done the wheel product review, we're going to pre-rinse the car just to see whether there's any residual water action from the bathe, and we'll see what the water action's like versus wet coat side, bathe side. Then we'll use touchless all over again just to see if that has any effect on the bathe all over the car and whether it is any difference between the split on the bonnet. And then we'll just go for a regular clean. But as you can see, it's nice and dirty, so it'll be interesting to see how well bathe has done. I almost forgot this part, didn't I? So I'll probably end up having to review the video for this. So we're going to do 12 till 3 with Maguire's. This is a good use of my time while I'm waiting for the other products to dry. Get as defined line as possible. Yes, I'm using a microfiber board of the foam applicator already. Nice So I have to put these down in order. You'll be pleased to know that I did take photographs of the products in front of the car before I started. So there's absolutely no way of forgetting or getting mixed up. And before you ask, the Fiesta won't be getting pressure washed. It's an old Ford. You pressure wash it, it falls apart. No, genuinely, there's no requirement for Fiesta cleansing. So, there. She had a gentle little bit of O&R yesterday whilst cleaning the wheels, and that's all she's getting. We need a little bit, I think. I'm going to try and go in right down to there. And then we've got the last bit, the last section with Garage Therapy. So that'll be interesting. Right, let's keep that there. Believe it or not, they are all in order. I am beginning to melt. Only a very, very small amount of the Garage Therapy product. Just that. And we're going in here and to here. And that is it. I think if I do this again, I will tape it. That's interesting, isn't it? As you walk around the car, your brain says, oh, there's a staggering difference. But when you put it on all four, on one, we're not getting the huge standout difference I was hoping to see. So, let's see. We have Darkside there, and then the Maguires on that section, and then we have Perl on this section, and then we have the Garage Therapy product on that section. Garage Therapy, Darkside, Meguiars, Perl. Anyway, all looks nice. We'll go back to that and review it before the end of the video. Maybe it's interesting really, because Darkside is a bit like Garage Therapy in that it's a rubber impregnator, if you like, and it gives you that factory look, so they look sort of similar. And when you see the word proxies, a little bit more gloss, maybe a shine on the corner of the edge of the tread, and similarly for the Perl. And that's my experience with it generally, a bit more shine with Perl. Anyway, let's get the pressure washer going, go and turn the tap on, and then we'll start pressure washing, see what the water action's like. Right, I have one last walk round in order of application before we start pressure washing them. That was the Maguires. This is the Darkside. It's had a good 6 to 8 minutes time to dry, if not 10. Garage Therapy. Lovely, 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 lovely. And Pearl. To access my inner memory then. Whew. Right. Pressure washer. Just need to pick up a pad. Apologies. There. Test squirt. It's not switched on. It is now. Test squirt. Right. Maguire's. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So, yeah, not bad at all. Let's have a quick look. I mean, we're not seeing like that typical repellency, but it's not bad. When I was putting on the ceramic, I didn't see myself drenching it again straight away. Darkside. Different. You can see straight away. Oh, it's just epic. So, you know, with a quick swipe, you get that still lovely factory look. A little bit better bead than the Maguire's. Trying to get the same amount of pressure. Oh, nearly bone dry. Wonderful. Right, Pearl. I might need to pause just to. Oh no, I think we've got enough lead. Yeah, we're good. Right, Pearl. Expecting a similar result, as you can see as I walk around it. Just a little tiny bit more shiny than Darkside. Hard to tell whether that milkiness is the water breaking down the Pearl because it's water based, or whether it's reacting with the ceramic coat, but I would suggest it's probably the Pearl, seeing as we've just done the other wheels and the other wheels have all got the same ceramic on top. So, nonetheless, similar in terms of performance and water repellency to Darkside. You can see it sort of, I don't know, is that it starting to break? I don't know. Those elements we will only discover in time. Right, Garage Therapy. So we're getting that lovely sensation similar to Darkside, where you whiz over and it's bone dry already and still looks like lovely factory fresh rubber. So we'll hit that. Wonderful. I mean, that sort of simulates what's going to be happening when you're on the road. No sticking. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Nearly bone dry. Right. I was going to pause it then to mop my forehead. It's absolutely blazing. So, with the Maguires, still looks nice and black, but droplets are just sitting on the top. Darkside, still pretty good. Feels like it's lost a bit of its coloration, but it's looking good. Pearl, it's a bit similar to Maguire's really, where the water's all just sat on the top. Garage Therapy, just looking nice, looking nice. So we've still got even black pigmentation, which is nice. So the coating, the product stroke coating, still nice and consistent. And there's some water repellency there. So that's good. That's good. Time will tell. Time will tell. That's what I think. Right, so a quick nose at this. This has had time to dry now. So we had Darkside, nice factory finish. Garage Therapy, similarly nice. Sort of factory finish, nice. We had Pearl, you can see a little bit more shiny, and we have the Maguires, but all done pretty good. Obviously, I'm going to say my preference is the left hand side, so the Darkside or the Garage Therapy. I like that look myself. 1980, I'd have been going for the glitzy, glitzy, glossy, glossy, but nowadays factory rubber, nice and dark. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that one. Time will tell how we get on with the Garage Therapy. I'll continue to use that every single week on the entire car after I've stripped them all. Again, obviously, we use it every single week, and we'll see how it goes on month after month. And I can do a full overview and evaluation, but early indications are good. It went on nice, didn't use much product at all. It looked great, not blingy, glitzy, glossy, shiny, but nice, factory fresh, overall nice, dark, well impregnated rubber, and the water action was good. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that one, and thank you for tuning in. As always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you again very, very soon. All the best. Take care. Bye bye.